Quinn Martin Productions, starring Karl Malden. Also starring Michael Douglas. With guest stars Stuart Whitman, Jason Evers, Claudine Longier, special guest star Jack Albertson. Tonight's episode, The Setup.
Pink.
Brian, since when did the DA's office start babysitting?
We want to make sure on this one, Mike.
Yeah, so do I.
I'll watch the front.
Did you check that room?
I checked it. It's empty.
How you feel?
All right, this one's around the clock. One man in and one man out. No visitors.
Before I put you on the stand, I want to go over your testimony if you...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Look, I don't know these two. How do you know they don't belong to Harmon?
How do you know I don't? Hasidian and Stone. Tell the captain we're back. Yeah, he's fine. How's that again? Nick, Karl? When? Okay, keep me posted.
Nick Karl. I thought he was dead.
So did I. Customs officer who used to work for the police department spotted him in the airport, getting off a plane from France.
And they lost him?
Where could he have gone? Family, friends?
I don't know. Nobody ever got close to him.
What about Tim Murphy?
Yeah, maybe. Look, Stone, you gotta protect me. You gotta.
Right. Got a minute? Outside.
Stone!
Harmon must have sent for him.
Yeah. And guess who he's after?
I know, but we've been looking for Nick Karl ever since this case broke. Look, I know legally you've got nothing to pick him up on. But if you get to him, talk to him. He could be a witness.
A witness? Now, look, O'Brien. He's here to kill the only witness you've got.
Maybe, but it's worth a try. So if you find him...
I'll find him. I'll talk to him.
Mike, look, this is important. We've had Johnny Harmon under investigation for 18 months. 6,000 man-hours digging for something to nail him on. Tax fraud, narco, prostitution, gambling. He's into all of them, the kingpin. But we've never been able to prove anything until Barber cried for help. 3 men saw Harmon kill Wallach. One of them's dead, and Barber's running scared. Nick Karl was the 3rd. Now, maybe he's scared, too. Talk to him, that's all.
O'Brien, can I tell you something? He's not scared.
Where are we going?
Tim Murphy. Runs a bar on Leavenworth.
Right.
Who is this Nick Karl?
Hitman. Used to work for Johnny Harmon.
He used to?
Mm-hmm. When Johnny Harmon was climbing out of the gutter, Nick Karl built rungs for him out of bodies.
Has he ever been nailed?
Too smart. He's a machine. No pity, no passion, no mistakes.
Really cold, huh? How do you figure a guy like that?
You don't. Just keep him in front of you.
Where's he been?
I don't know. He disappeared about 7 or 8 years ago. The talk was that he got shot up pretty badly in a fight somewhere and went to Europe and died. Too bad he didn't.
Well, that sounds pretty personal.
One of those bodies wore a badge.
Where's Little Joe?
Who?
The guy that owns this place.
Oh, him. He died a couple years ago. We're under new management. You want a room?
Yeah. It's 311.
Got one on the second floor that's better if you,
No,
wanna-
keep it.
$12 a night in advance.
When do you get off?
Midnight.
You know how to make an overseas call on this?
Sure.
2 nights.
$100? What's that for?
Half's for you, half's for the night man.
Why?
Somebody might pay me a visit. I don't like surprises.
All right, Mr. Smith. Listen, I'll show you the way.
I know the way.
Sorry about little Joe. I heard he died of a heart attack. If you want, I can ask some...
Yeah. Want to make a local call? 555-3781. This is Nick Carl.
Yeah, just hold on, I'll get... Yeah, Mr. Herman. Yeah, he's on the horn.
Nick? You son of a gun. How are you?
All right. How about you, Johnny?
Never better. Yeah, I missed you, Nick.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, too long. I ought to lay into you for not keeping in touch. What am I hearing? You breaking down the piece? Nothing changes, right?
We get older.
Yeah, but we stay smart. Listen, Nick, I really appreciate you coming back. You need, anything.
Well, I got everything I need.
Wish I did. All I got is problems.
That's why I'm here, Johnny.
Yeah. Nick, it's not set up yet. Where can I find you?
Chinatown. You know the place. Room 311.
Good. You just sit tight. I'll call you in the morning, okay?
Anybody I know, Johnny?
This is the first time I knew you'd ask. Why, does it make a difference?
Never has it?
That's a Nick I remember. I'll call you in the morning.
Two coffees, Tim.
Coffee, huh? Gonna be AA or Mike Stone?
Did you make one of those a tea?
Don't have any tea.
One coffee with a little cream.
Ain't seen you around, Lieutenant.
I haven't been around.
Well, I guess your business is better than mine, huh? Looking for somebody special?
Nick Karl.
Nick Karl, huh? Oh, that was years ago. No kidding, Lieutenant. Somebody really see Nick?
Just today.
I can't believe it. Why would he come here, Lieutenant? We weren't good friends. Only reason we got along at all was because he used to like my sister.
Well, could he be in touch with her?
I buried her last July. Sorry. I wouldn't know where to find him.
Thanks anyway, Tim.
You're welcome. Here, let me put this in a paper cup.
No, no thanks.
Sure?
Yeah. I wish I were sure about you, Tim. See ya.
You think he was lying?
8 to 5, he never had a sister.
You want to stay here?
No, take it around the block.
Right.
Can I help you? No, thanks. Just looking up a buddy.
Yeah.
What time?
10 to 2. Maybe we covered for the wrong plane?
We're gonna stay right here until Tim throws the bolt on that door.
Headquarters to Inspectors 8-1. Come in 8-1.
Inspector's 8-1.
901, your office. Inspector Hasijan, immediately.
Tell him 2 minutes. Now, if you see Nick Karl, you just sit tight. Don't move in. Can I use your phone?
Too late to get a beer?
Sorry, it's 2 o'clock. You know how I feel about breaking the law, Nick.
How long you been telling time like that?
Oh, 5, 6 years.
You never let me know.
What's to know? I'm not complaining.
Sorry, Tim.
Nick Karl, sorry? Come on. I better bend the rules and buy you that beer after all.
Coffee'd be fine.
Coffee, huh? Big push on coffee tonight. How you have it? Black. By the way, Mike Stone was in tonight. Was looking for you.
Stone?
Yep.
Homicide. Sergeant.
No, he's lieutenant now.
Yeah, that must be him down the block.
Stakeout?
I took a couple of rounds in different cabs. There's an older man and a kid in an unmarked car.
Well, how's the wife?
Fine.
Must be some woman to make you like farming.
Yeah.
And 2 sons. I can't get over it.
Right time, right place, people change.
Well, you're lucky, Nick. Some people never change. Now, take me. I got no sons, but I got a business. I got friends. Don't have to get up in the middle of the night and check the door, either. That's a blessing.
How about Johnny?
Johnny? Now, Johnny's different. Got a lot of problems.
Am I one of them?
What do you mean?
Somebody tried to hit me tonight. Johnny was the only one to know where I was.
Oh, come on, Nick. Johnny would do a thing like that? Why? You two are just like brothers.
Sure.
Look, Nick, you know there's a lot of people that'd like to knock you off. And if the cops spotted you, well, somebody else did too, that's all. But you gotta trust Johnny. Look, Nick, I told Johnny you said you'd do it because he asked you. Because you figured you owed him. Oh, and he gave me something to lay on you. 10 grand. That's how Johnny treats his friends. Look, Nick, I never would have asked you to come back here, but Johnny kept bugging me. Where is he? Kept saying, find him. I never told him where you were. I never told anybody. But, Nick, Johnny needs you.
Hold it for me until Johnny and I talk.
Talk?
Palace of Fine Arts, half hour.
He's here. He came in just after you left. What does Sejan have to say?
A little wrinkle nobody was looking for.
Anything you can bust him on?
No, but it'll shake him up a bit.
Hello, Stone.
You have a good memory. Remember the drill?
Sure.
We still do it.
Tim told me you've been dropping by.
I don't suppose you remember Rogers.
Right off the top.
12 years ago, my senior partner then? Okay, turn around. He had you on the hook. He went to talk to a witness one night and caught a bullet in the throat.
That's a long time ago.
You're right. Let's talk about 11:30 tonight.
All right, you're leading.
The two guys who kicked your hotel room door in, do you know who they were? The hotel clerk pulled their pictures from our files, the Sangster brothers, Bobby and Bernie.
Doesn't ring.
Well, maybe Tim can ring it for you.
Can't help you.
Everybody knows the Sangsters. Don't they, Steve?
They work for Johnny Harmon.
And you do know Johnny Harmon, don't you, Nick? Or maybe you thought you did.
You're trying to tell me that Johnny wants me dead.
He's afraid you're going to talk, just like Barber.
Barbara.
That's right. Nobody told you? We've got him under protective custody. He nailed Harmon for the murder of Abe Wallach.
Barber says that Harmon killed him. That'll be the first time he pulled the trigger himself. Now, Barber saw it, and so did a junkie named Rawls, and so did you.
Rawls broke it wide open. But Harmon got to him. The coroner's report was OD. But Barber knew it was murder. He's scared. He agreed to testify, Nick. You could corroborate that testimony. You read it all wrong, Nick, just like we did. Now, Harmon wasn't sure he could get you over there in Europe. So he brought you here where he could control it. Not for the hit like you think, but to set you up.
Is that all?
You tell me. Now, we know you were in that hotel room because we've got your prints. And we found a picture in there, too. She's beautiful, Nick. Two nice little boys. They mean anything to you?
You want me to hand you Johnny?
Just the way he handed you over to the Sangsters, right?
If he did, that's between Johnny and me.
No hunting parties in the streets, Nick. Because I'm going to be watching you. I'll watch you like a hawk, every step you take.
I'll be watching, too.
Good. We'll watch each other then, huh? In case you change your mind. Our switchboard is open day and night.
Sure.
Smart cop, that Mike Stone.
Yeah. Let's go. Catch us a cab.
Okay. You know what they're trying to do, don't you, Nick? I mean, all that talk about a setup? Boy. They really want Johnny so bad they're working all the angles.
Well, do you think he believed you?
I think he already had it figured. There they are. Don't lose him.
Are they with us? For now.
You want me to check the front desk?
He's got to see Harmon. Make a U. Get to the side exit on Geary.
Well, that'll buy us a little time. Now you'll get the real scam from Johnny. Palace of Fine Arts.
Instinct tell you that?
Old age. Come on, let's move.
Give me the envelope. Sure. Here you are. And a piece. Oh, Nick, you don't need that now.
Need a piece.
I'll wait here.
No need to keep the meter running. Johnny will take us home.
Yeah. I guess you're right. You said west side. Breeze is coming from the bay. That puts us south.
It's been a long time. I must have made a mistake.
Without a gun?
If I could read him all the time, I would have had him locked up 12 years ago. stick to the shadows.
There he is.
Johnny?
That's who we came to see, isn't it?
Sure. Well, you two got things to talk about. Why don't you go ahead?
I got no secret from you, Tim. Let's go see him.
Please, Nick. I'm an old man. I'm an old man who just wanted to see something again before he died.
You sold me out. What for, Tim? What did Johnny pay you?
My eyes. He promised to get me a transplant. I know I could never swing it myself. Sorry, Nick. Sorry.
Tim Murphy, sorry. Yeah, I guess maybe you are sorry. We're all sorry. You, me, Johnny. We were born sorry. And I guess we'll die the same way.
Johnny!
Johnny's not there, Tim. And I figure you got about 60 feet. Tell me which side they're gonna hit us from.
I don't know, Dick. I don't know.
Hold it!
Oh.
Forget it!
Okay, okay. Don't shoot, man. I'm through. Don't shoot.
Nick. Nick! He's gone.
What about the other one?
He's dead. So's Tim. Get up. Stand up. Was Nick hit?
Yeah,
How bad?
I don't know. I thought I took him out, and he just kept coming.
Anything on Karl?
No, Harmon's house is staked out, but he hasn't shown up yet.
I just come from Barber. He's hysterical.
Tell him he's got nothing to be scared of now. Johnny Harmon's the guy to be scared.
All he wants to hear is that Nick Karl is behind bars. Or why couldn't you hang on to him when you had him?
Oh, you guys kill me, you know that? You really do. Half the time you keep yelling you don't have case enough to make the arrest stick, and now you want an arrest without a case at all.
Well, you could have come up with something.
I didn't hear that.
I guess I didn't either until just now. I'm sorry, Mike. But all I know is I got a preliminary on Friday, and the only witness I have is so scared he's not about to say anything to anybody.
You're tired. Get some sleep.
Jerry will call you as soon as we pick him up, all right?
I like your confidence, Steve, but how do you know he won't go underground again?
Nick Karl's family. If he runs, Johnny Harmon will be looking for him and the family for the rest of his life.
He's out there somewhere. And when he tries to see Harmon, that's when we see him.
Yes, operator. That's Laurie in France. The call was supposed to come through at 9 o'clock. Yes, I do.
Allô, j'écoute. Oui? Oui, vous êtes chez Armand? Ah, Madame Carl. Oui, elle est ici. Un instant, s'il vous plaît. Votre appel, madame. D'Amérique.
Merci, Armand. Hello? Darling? was so worried I'd miss your call. Are you all right?
Yes, I am.
Do you want to talk to the children?
I want to talk to you. I miss you.
I miss you too. Very much. When are you coming back?
It won't be long now. How's everything?
Terrible. Paul let the goat out, and he ate 5 of the new roses, and I broke a window trying to fix the door, and, well, we're just lost without you, that's all.
How's Nicholas?
Oh, he's fine. The doctor said it was just a stomachache. Here, come and say hello to Papa. Come on, get up. Papa?
Hi, pal. You feeling okay now?
Yes, Papa.
Kiss your mama for me, huh?
Okay. Here's Paul. Hello, Papa.
Hi, Paul.
When are you coming home?
As soon as I can. Now, you be a good boy now, all right?
I will. I'm sorry about the goat, Papa.
The goat? Oh. Well, you take good care of your mom for me. All right?
Yes, sir.
Goodbye, son.
Goodbye, Papa. Nick, are you all right?
I'm fine. I just picked up a cold, that's all. Look, Michelle. I've got to go now.
All right, darling. Take care of yourself. We love you.
Michelle, I love you too.
Marjorie, Dr. Levi said that I could speak to a patient named Sangster.
Bobby Sangster?
That's right.
Yes, Lieutenant. The patient's in room 214, right down the hall.
214. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, and hang on that phone.
Righty.
Just a minute. Mr. Harmon? Nick? Well, before you say anything, I want you to know it wasn't me. I don't know what Tim told you, but...
Tim's dead.
Yeah, I heard. He had it coming, Nick. It'd have to have been him that set you up. Now, listen, you got the money, just take it and go.
And forget the contract.
Oh, sure, no problem. I'll handle it some way. Consider it a wedding gift. I never knew where to send it before.
But you do now, right?
Nick, I'm being straight with you. Just like always. I don't forget what people do for me. You did plenty.
Okay. And maybe I can ask you a favor, huh?
Name it.
I can't fly out of here. I need some wheels. I'll try to make it to L.A., maybe even Mexico.
Sure. No problem. Where do I find you?
Where the cops won't. The aquatic park, at the end of the pier.
Smart. Give me 30 minutes.
Thanks, sir.
Steve.
Excuse me. You got a fully sworn and signed statement, right?
I'd like to put him back in intensive care, the
Gotta
punk.
give Harmon one thing, he keeps his boys in line.
I gotta give him nothing.
Lieutenant, for you.
Thanks, Marjorie. Yeah, Stone. We're rolling.
Got something?
Maybe Johnny Harmon. Stakeout boys say that his car flew out of there like Apollo 12.
Inspectors 2-7 to Inspectors 8-1. Still have suspect vehicle in sight. Headed north on Van Ness.
2-7, this is 8-1. We're approaching Van Ness. Keep us posted.
Hold on, 8-1. They're crossing Beach Street. Looks like they're heading straight for the pier.
Take them when they stop the car. 8-1 to communications. Alert all vehicles within vicinity of Aquatic Park. 2-7 and 8-1 are involved in chasing a suspect car. Assist with a 221. Possible code 600.
Put your hands on your head. Move over here. Easy, easy. They went out on the pier bank.
Phil, see if he can drop the chain.
Take it easy. Be careful. He may be armed. Hold it. Turn around easy.
He paid me $5.
Hello, Johnny. You don't have to look for Reggie. He's in the basement. And Sonny's in the garage. It's just you and me, Johnny.
Nick, I just sent the boys.
I just sent the boys.
You're hurt.
Pour me one of those.
You better see a doctor. Let me
No
make...
calls. Just pour. Hold it. Nothing from underneath that counter.
It's just ice.
I don't use it. Why, Johnny? Why?
They got me with this one, Nick. One dumb mistake all those years ago, and it finally broke wide open.
And you thought I'd talk too, huh?
How could I know, Nick? How could I be sure? I mean, it's been 8 years. 8 years, I never heard nothing from you. Didn't even know how to get word to you. Didn't even know how you stood if they got to you first. I couldn't take the chance.
You know why I came back, Johnny? Because you asked. I didn't even think about it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come back. I don't like remembering what I used to be. All those years. And all that time, I remember. one friend. One guy I figured I owned. No questions. Do it. Whatever it was. So I came back for one more job. But you took me off the hook. I don't have to kill anybody now. I can get rid of you without even pulling this trigger.
You're gonna talk.
I got to. You showed me that.
Nick, Tim said that family of yours meant everything to you. Now, if I don't get you to a doctor, you're never gonna see him again.
They can make it along without me. As long as I know that you're out of the way.
He was trying to kill me.
Steve, get an ambulance.
Right.
Inside pocket.
What are they, Nick?
Insurance policy. Little ones for you. And the big ones for me. Mail it for me, yeah?
Nick. Nick.
Well, it's good you were here. I probably would have been jobbed for this one, too. What?
You hired Nick for one more kill? He just delivered. Witness this, Steve.
What is that?
It's a deathbed confession, Mr. Harmon, on how you killed Abe Wallach. Who's that for?
A widow and 2 orphans.
Did you look inside?
Well, how could I? It's a federal offense to open somebody else's mail. You know that.
Not before it's mail.
Son of a gun. Now you tell me, eh?
That was the money Johnny Harmon paid Nick Karl, wasn't it?
For a job he didn't do.
Son of a gun.
San Francisco, a Quinn Martin production, starring Karl Malden. Also starring Richard Hatch. With guest stars Maureen McCormick, Lou Frizzell, special guest star James Olson. next episode, No Minor Vices.
Be right out.
Can I help you?
Are you Hal O'Brien?
Yes. Hey. All right, let's just take it easy. You can have anything I've got. Listen, I don't keep much money in the shop. It's all checks and credit cards. There's a petty cash box in the desk. Right there. The cameras. Man, that's over 15 grand. Take it all. Just take it and go away. What do you want?
You are scum. Corrupter.
Finished? All right. Let me know when you get a closer fix on the time of death.
Sorry, can we go on?
I don't know what there is to go on about, Inspector. I've told you before. I know very little about my husband's recent work or where he spent his time.
Just for the record, where were you last night?
Just for the record, I was playing bridge at a neighbor's house between 8 and 11 last night. Martha Wilson. May I please go now? I've never liked this place, and I certainly don't want to be here now.
All right. But we may have to talk to you again later.
If that's absolutely necessary.
Thank you.
Anything from the widow?
Yeah. An alibi and a cold wind. The lady couldn't care less.
Well, there must be thousands of dollars worth of equipment here, and yet nothing was stolen, according to the cashier.
Which leaves us with a possible vengeance killing.
Or an execution. He was shot 3 times in the chest, close range.
You know, he was good. Could have stuck his camera someplace it didn't belong.
Organized crime.
Or blackmail.
Come on.
Hey, Cindy.
Hey.
You're looking great. Another modeling job?
Yeah.
All right.
No big deal. Some dumb insect spray for days just can't hardware.
Big.
Hey, listen. Gotta do me a favor. Could you turn these in for me? I've got to cut this afternoon or I'll never make it in time.
Okay, but that'll be a no-no with Miss Ardmore.
Hey, I'll graduate. Don't worry.
Do you know who she's going to celebrate with?
I haven't said yes yet.
Well, you haven't said no.
We'll see. Hey, listen. Thanks a lot, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Bye.
See you guys.
All right, Myers, let me know if you turn up anything. Well, that was vice. O'Brien has no connection with the mob. No pornography, no bookmaking, no nothing. All the alibis check out. His wife and that cashier were out with friends, we know that. And he was killed between 10 and midnight. I hope you've got something.
Something we didn't expect. Take a look at this. One of the riders, the bullet that killed O'Brien last night. The one on the left was taken from the body of a Walter Reeves 8 days ago.
Same weapons.
38 Rupert and Jones. The lab just got a match, which means there's an obvious connection.
Obvious connection? I can't think of any. Let me look at his file again. Say, you better tell Tanner we'll take this case back.
Was Reeves the photographer?
No, but he was a guy with a fancy apartment and no visible means of support.
Meaning?
Meaning I don't know how he made a living, and his brother was pretty vague on the subject. Why don't you put out another warrant on that gun? Make it statewide and add O'Brien's name to it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm going to have another talk with his brother.
Jerry, this is San Francisco, not Miami. When the wind blows off the bay, women want linings in their coats, not tissue paper. Now, what do you mean tomorrow? Today is the tomorrow you talked about yesterday. Shape up, will you, Jerry, huh? Yeah, okay. Lieutenant, I don't understand. I mean, it's not as though Walt lived on a desert island. He lived in a big apartment house. You mean to tell me nobody in that whole building saw anything or heard anything?
Mr. Reeves, that's right. Everybody in the adjacent buildings were out when your brother was killed. And we don't have anything without your help.
How can I help?
Well, did your brother know a photographer by the name of Hal O'Brien?
I have no idea.
You don't know any of his friends?
Very few. Walt was 7 years younger than me. We moved in different circles.
I see. You know, the last time we talked, you were kind of fuzzy about his means of support.
No, I wasn't fuzzy. I was ducking you.
You're not telling me anything I know.
Lieutenant, I didn't want my mother to know what the kid did for a living. You see, she's widowed. She's getting on. How do you think she'd feel if she saw a headline? Gambler murdered. I mean, it would break her heart.
Professional gambler, eh?
That's right. See, my father left us this business. Walt, he didn't want any part of it. He asked me to buy him out. I did.
Is it possible that your brother could have been involved with the mob?
I doubt it. What would he need them for? That kid was a winner.
Hollingsworth?
Yes.
Scum. Beg your pardon? Corrupting my flesh. Unpunished.
Okay, you ready, honey? Ready, Cindy? Now, just relax. Just hold it. Get ready to start spraying and smiling, okay? All right, fine. Tell you what, let's bring in the wind from across the bay. Can I have some wind, please? All right, great. Now start spraying and... Okay, great, good. What's the matter? You having trouble? Don't worry about the hat. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You look great. Okay, give me a little more. That's beautiful. Fantastic. Okay, nice and close. Hold this can a little bit closer to your face, baby. That's it. Oh, beautiful.
Well, another exciting day in the life of a licensed investigator, hiding out in motel parking lots.
So why do you do it?
Greed. No, I used to make a lot of money at this until they changed all those divorce laws. Now nobody cares who's sleeping with who. Just no need for backup evidence, irreconcilable differences. You boys are looking at an endangered species here.
Do you have anything for us?
Well, you know, every now and then you get a hold of a wife that just has to know, you know? Mrs. O'Brien was like that.
What about her?
Well, I'd been trailing her husband for weeks. She was absolutely convinced he wasn't spending all of his time shooting pictures of babies and flower arrangements.
And?
She was right. I nailed him 3 times with 3 different women. You're Mrs. O'Brien? She was filing for a divorce.
That's why she was so cold about her husband's death.
Yeah, and 3 women. Maybe we're dealing with a jealous husband.
I don't think so. They were all not married women. There were 2 divorcees and a widow here. Here you go. Here's something else. Mr. O'Brien's little black book.
How did you get this?
I didn't hear that question.
Okay, I didn't ask it. Women. More women. Speedy O'Brien. Hey, wait a minute. There's a few men here. And look who he's got listed. Walter Reeves.
All right, Mike, these 3 guys are all bookmakers. But they're just nickels and dime stuff, nothing big at all.
Okay, so O'Brien gambled a little. What about Walter Reeves?
Well, we checked him out, and boy, he was a hotshot on the old poker table. But he's apparently clean.
No mob financing?
No. No, the guy was a loner. But he did make the circuit, you know, with Vegas and the cruise ships and Palm Springs. But as far as we could tell, the guy didn't need any help.
Okay, so we know O'Brien knew Reeves. They both gambled. Maybe somebody got taken over the coals. Robbins.
Sore loser. Well, maybe what...
It's for you.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Stone, this is Sheriff Groves in White Falls, California. Yeah, up near the Oregon border. Got a telephoto of your ballistics report on that .38. Looks to me like the same gun that killed one of our local businessmen.
Can I have that name, Sheriff? Mel Hollingsworth. I'd like to fly up in the morning and compare notes with you. Good, I'll see you then. Okay. That makes 3.
Another killing?
Yep, same gun. Whoever's handling it is having himself a field day.
Usual. The yard gets noisier every day. It's nice to get home.
Well, dinner will be ready soon. Why don't you watch the news for a few minutes?
Not until I get a kiss from my favorite girl.
Shot 3 times in the chest, fired at close range, huh?
Well, sure was a shock. Mel Hollingsworth ran that appliance store for almost 20 years. One of the nicest fellas you'd want to meet.
Did you ever spend much time with him?
Oh, yeah, sure did.
Did he gamble?
Well, if you want to call it gambling. He was a Monday night regular with me and some of the others in town. You know, no big thing, quarter limit.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how sometimes a quiet fella can be a closet plunger.
You mean for the big game?
That's right.
Not in this town.
I didn't mean this town.
No, Ernie. Jim asked me to, and I don't even know if I'm going to go to the prom. Well, why don't we talk about it at school, okay? I'm fixing breakfast for my dad. Okay, bye. Don't you want any breakfast?
Who was on the phone?
Just a kid from school.
At this hour? Can't he wait?
He's a little bit pushy.
Cindy, you ever think about what's happening out there? Decay. I don't mean what's happening to the neighborhoods. I mean moral decay. It's like a whirlpool sucking us all under, corrupting everything, everybody. I've been thinking about that new job offer from Evans Shipyard in the North Bay area. We got to get out of the city.
I like the city.
We can buy a house, maybe in Mallory. That's only 5 miles from the yard. Now just imagine that clean air, lots of trees, nobody even locks their door at night.
Daddy.
I know that you've got to finish school, but we'll work that out.
It's not just my school. All my friends are here, and my career's finally getting started.
Oh, Ernie, whoever he is, and Jim Foster in his tight pants. You won't miss them, you know that. And that's so-called career of yours. You've earned what, maybe $300 in 2 years? What kind of career is that?
Hey, well, it's just getting started.
Cindy, I'm serious. Think about it.
Look, I'm gonna be late for school. I'll see you later.
I've asked you not to wear these.
I like them.
I can't believe you said was. Any minute I expect the phone to ring and hear Mel's voice saying he'll be home soon. He closed the store every night at 6, be home by 6:30.
Well, did he ever leave town, go away on a business trip?
Once a year, to the appliance dealers convention. He was there last week, Thursday and Friday.
Well, you didn't tell me that. Where was the convention held?
Does it really matter?
Was it San Francisco?
Yes. This year it was at the Larchmont Hotel.
Here you are, Inspector. Mr. Hollingsworth's bill.
Great. What do you know? Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Can I come in?
No, Jim, I haven't got time.
Hey, what do I have to do to see you? Do I have to buy a camera and make an appointment?
Hey, thanks for the ride.
Cindy Lawson?
Yeah?
San Francisco Police.
Police?
Could we ask you a few questions?
Sure. I hope I haven't done anything major.
We hope not. We got your name from the Flash Answering Service.
They said you did some modeling.
That's right. Part-time. I don't graduate from high school till June.
What kind of modeling do you do?
Oh, mainly commercial stuff. Trade conventions, display ads. Yesterday it was for an insect spray.
Did you ever pose for a photographer named Hal O'Brien?
Mr. O'Brien. Yeah, I think it was for a supermarket ad.
What about Mel Hollingsworth?
Oh, sure. I modeled for him last week in his display booth at the appliance show.
At the Larchmont Hotel.
That's right. Why?
Do you work through a model agency?
Yeah, Fraser's. Could you tell me what this is all about?
Did you ever work for a Walter Reeves?
No, the name doesn't sound familiar. Why?
Well, all three of these men have been murdered.
Murdered?
And we thought since you worked for two of them, you might be able to help us.
Wow. I only worked for them. I don't know any of them.
Did they ever tell you anything about their personal lives?
No.
Did anything out of the ordinary occur while you were with them?
Hey, look, I'm really sorry about what happened. But I don't know anything about them.
Well, if anything comes to mind, please give us a call.
Yeah, well, nothing's going to come to mind. They hardly spoke to me. Hey, listen, don't mention any of this to my father. He's a real worrier. You know how parents are.
Yes, I know.
You know, it could be a coincidence they're working for both O'Brien and Hollingsworth.
Well, let's dig anyway. You check the model agency and I'll check with the school.
Hi, Cindy Lawson. Any messages? Harry Dillman? Uh-huh. Okay. Wait a minute. Could you call him for me and tell him that I'll be there? Okay, thanks.
There's work assignments here for O'Brien and Mr. Hollingsworth, but I don't see anything from the Mr. Reeves.
Well, then she never worked for him.
Are you sure the file's complete?
Absolutely. The name means nothing to me either.
Okay. Thanks, Miss Frazier. Ah, Ms. Frazier.
Oh, Inspector, have you ever thought of moonlighting? As a model?
No, thank you. I was hoping you had something else in mind.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sort of married.
That's too bad.
Yeah, too bad.
Bye.
Bye.
This is the Webster Advertising Agency. I'm trying to reach Miss Cindy Lawson. This is her answering service, isn't it? Yeah, I know. I understand, but I have to reach her. I have a modeling job for her tomorrow. Oh, where? Harry Dellman. Yeah, I've got it. Thank you.
Well, I can't imagine Cindy Lawson in any trouble.
Oh, no trouble. Just a routine investigation.
She's such a bright young thing. Has a B average. Could be higher, but she's cut a few times too often.
Yes, I noticed that in her file.
Well, it has to do with her modeling career. Children nowadays are so anxious to earn something extra. I suppose most families are feeling the tight money squeeze. You know, she does get credit for her modeling. It's called the work experience.
Have you ever had any disciplinary problems with her?
Oh, my, no. I tell you, Lieutenant, I wish there were more Cindys here at Peterson High. She's my idea of a really sweet young lady.
Hello, Harry. It's your happy call girl.
Cindy. Don't talk that way.
I'm sorry. You still friends?
That's better. Friends.
All of my clients are respectable and they value their privacy. Look, I already gave you this one, Cindy Larson's address. And I'm not supposed to do that.
Well, we can always get a court order if that's what
Lieutenant. Oh, look, I honestly don't know who she talked to. All I do around here is relay messages.
Aside from taking messages, do you ever make calls for your clients?
Yes, certainly, if they ask us to.
And charge it to their bills?
Yes,
May we see a copy of Cindy Lawson's bill?
I suppose so.
What did you learn about that?
Little trick of the trade.
Since when did we have tricks?
I used to have a buddy that was an insurance salesman, spent a lot of time on the road and couldn't always get to a phone when a client was in.
Here you are.
Thank you. Say, have you any idea whose number that is? 555-2300.
Yes, that's the Hastings Hotel.
Thank you very much.
Just a minute, Lieutenant. What about my bill?
Oh, I'll send it right back to you.
You look like a tomcat who found spilt milk.
I didn't find it, you did. Take a look at the third name from the top. Walter Reeves.
The model agency said they never heard of him.
She heard of him and she lied to us. Come on.
Good morning.
Morning. Hey, what did I do to deserve this?
Well, once in a while, I like to do for my favorite girl. Hey, come on, honey.
I love you. Okay, what's the real reason for breakfast in bed?
I'm sorry I lost my temper, but you were out so late I was worried.
Apology accepted. I would have explained to you last night, except you came on kind of strong. I was with Jim and Debbie. We were playing records and we just lost track of time.
Cindy, about that new job offer.
Dad,
You know,
I really don't want to talk about that right now.
It's really a good deal. And as far as you're finishing up school, I think I can manage a car for you.
Excuse me, Daddy, I'm gonna go brush my teeth.
Cindy? Put this on.
Prude.
Well, it's just not proper running around the house half naked.
Tell me, Daddy, did Mommy always have to dress up to the neck whenever you were around?
Cindy, about that job, you know, the pay's the same, but the setup's better. I'd have less traveling. I'd be able to spend more time at home.
Hey, Daddy, I just turned 18. I'm an adult. And I don't want to live in any dumb small town. If you want to take the job and move out, go right ahead.
You're going with me.
I guess you can make me move with you. But I'd move out. Back to San Francisco. And you won't be able to do anything about it. Now, the car, that's a pretty neat bribe. But I'm not interested. If you want us to live together, it's going to have to be here. Because I like my life here.
Hey, can you tell me where I can find Lawson? That guy in the truck? Okay. Thanks. Mr. Lawson?
Yeah.
Police?
Well, what can I do for you, Lieutenant?
Well, Mr. Lawson, we're looking for your daughter. Can you tell me where I can find her?
Cindy? Well, she's at school.
No, she's not. And she's not at home either.
Oh, I suppose she got another modeling job. I asked her not to cut class, but you know how it is. What's the problem?
Did she tell you that I spoke to her yesterday?
No. Well, Cindy can't be in any trouble. She's a fine girl.
Yeah, her counselor at school shares your opinion. However, we're investigating 3 homicides. And as far as we know, your daughter's had contact with all 3 victims.
Are you sure you've got the right girl?
There it is, Cindy Lawson.
I don't understand. What possible connection?
She modeled for 2 of the victims.
You said there were 3.
That's right. The third one's name was Reeves, Walter Reeves. And your daughter denies knowing him.
She denied it. She doesn't know him.
Mr. Lawson, we know that she knew him.
Well, what do you want of me?
I'd like you to talk to her. Maybe she'll open up to you more than she did to us.
I'll do my best. I don't like to interfere in my daughter's life, especially the career part. You know, kids nowadays want more freedom than we had as youngsters.
Sometimes being a father can be very trying.
Ugh, do I know that?
Thank you.
Yep. Ted, I'm going home. I think I'm coming down with a cold. Yeah, the work orders are all up to date. Right, thanks.
Excuse me. Have you ever seen this girl?
Sure, I've seen her. I know her. They get younger and younger all the time.
Come again? A call girl. That's what the bell captain at the Hastings said. I didn't believe it either, so I checked the Larchmont and a couple of other hotels. Confirmed they all know her. Bring her in.
Sit down, Cindy.
I guess he gave you the story about me. You shocked?
No, I've been a cop too long to be shocked. Surprised sometimes, but,
But you'd still like to know what a nice girl like me's doing in a racket like this.
it crossed my mind.
You know, there really is a generation gap. You don't understand that sex isn't such a big deal. One morning, I woke up, the guy was gone, there was $100 on my pillow. So easy. I guess I'm not here to talk about my sex life.
I think we are. You lied to us about Walter Reeves.
Okay. I met him through Mr. O'Brien. I didn't want to tell you about it because...
Because you were afraid we would figure you out?
Yeah. There was a big poker game at Mr. Reeves' apartment. I've never seen so much money in one place before. There were $1,000 bills on the table.
Go on.
There was a fight. There was a lot of screaming and yelling going on. This guy said that Mr. Reeves was cheating and that him and Mr. O'Brien were in on it together.
Who was he?
I don't know. Somebody said he was from Dallas. He was drinking, too. After a while, a couple of guys grabbed him and they threw him out. Mr. Reeves must have played with him before because he said he was always a sore loser.
And you were a shill for Mr. Reeves?
What's that?
You shocked me. And you call yourself a woman of the world.
Are you through with me?
No, we're not through with you. I want you to give me the exact description of that Texan and everybody else who was at that poker game.
Yes, information. Harry Delman Enterprises. Uh-huh. And, what's the address? Thank you.
Cindy, you know, one of these days you might get busted. Not by me, but sooner or later, one of the guys from the vice squad is bound to catch up with you. You ever seen the inside of a prison? You wouldn't like it. Not to mention the fact that you just might get yourself into something you can't get out of. Think about that, huh?
You know, you're a pretty nice guy. For a cop.
ready, Delman?
He's out, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant?
No, he's all right. Cover him up. Cover him up. Come on, hurry it up. Let's go. Make it fast. Who saw him? Did you see anything?
No, one of the tenants said he saw a guy walking out, but he doesn't remember what he looked like.
You keep on it.
I will.
I'm taking that job. Pack your things.
You go without me.
Look, I'm not asking you anymore. I'm telling you. Throw those damn beads away.
Those were Mother's. Those beads were the only thing she left me.
Just pack. I'm taking you somewhere where I don't have to worry about protecting you anymore.
Like you protected Mother.
What are you talking about?
Hey, look, Daddy, no more lies, okay? You think I don't remember? She ran away with another man. You drove her out of the house.
That's not true. I loved her.
What'd you do? Did you listen to every phone call she made? Did you spy on her like you do me? Oh, God, how she must have hated you to run away with someone else. To run away from me.
That was so long ago, I thought you'd forgotten.
I knew you wanted me to. I tried. Because I love you. But I loved her too.
Cindy, you were too young to understand.
Would you leave me alone?
You were 7 then. At school the day I came home, and she was in the bedroom. With another man, and I was ready to forgive her even then. She was like you, vulnerable, easy to take advantage of. It was his fault. I would never have hurt her, ever. And I tried to tell her that. And she wouldn't listen. She just ran.
With him?
No.
What did he do? What happened to that man?
He was evil, a corrupter. Men like that have to be punished.
My God. You killed him? And you killed all those others too? Oh my God!
Cindy? Cindy!
Thank you very much. I'll just be a minute. Aren't you playing this up pretty big?
Of course. Still don't know how I could pass out like that. It's just a little shoulder wound.
Shock.
Must have been. Mike, this guy came at me from out of nowhere.
Did you get a good look at him?
No. He was still in the car. He looked like a big man with receding blonde hair.
Receding blonde hair. Big.
Dick Lawson? Cindy's father? What? He must have thought I was someone else. He called me Delman. Harry Delman. Like that name's on Cindy's list.
Cindy? What are you doing here?
Is anyone else here?
No, everybody's gone. Is it wise you're coming here?
I gotta talk to you.
Cindy, is something wrong?
Nothing.
Are you saying I could be next?
I don't know. It's possible.
Do you know who the killer is?
I don't know. That's why you gotta get out of town. Hey, look, don't answer it. He may be trying to find out if you're here. So he could come after you.
You said he. You do know who it is.
All right, you two stay here. I'll take the other unit with me, and be careful. He's dangerous.
You didn't call the police?
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Hey, look, don't ask me to explain it. I just can't.
Well, I can. How the hell do I ask for police protection because I've been seeing a teenage hooker?
Daddy, no!
Delman. Harry Delman.
No, please, no.
Why, drop it! that gun.
Daddy? Why?
Because you're my little girl.
Call an ambulance.
He looked awful, didn't he? How long do you think he'll be under observation?
Oh, that's up to the doctors. You do know that he might have to stand trial, and it doesn't look good.
You know, it's funny. I still love him. Even after everything he did.
Everything he did. Cindy, you've got to take some responsibility, too. Your father blamed them, and you were just as much at fault as they were.
Do you have any relatives in town? Anywhere where you can go and stay?
Yeah, I've got an aunt that lives across town. She asked me to come and live with her. I will. I want to graduate with my class.
Now, where you can keep up your modeling.
That's right. That too.
You know I shouldn't do this, but, do you mind if I offer you a little bit of fatherly advice? Cindy, I think you're a bright girl. I think you're very attractive. And I also think you have a great future as a model. If only you...
Yeah?
Now, you know what I'm trying to say. Why don't you give up that kind of life?
Why?
Of San Francisco, a Quinn Martin production. Starring Karl Malden. Also starring Michael Douglas. With guest stars William Wyndham, Jacqueline Scott, Joanne Harris, Stephen Oliver. Tonight's episode, 45 minutes from home.
Yes.
Good. It's green. Turn right.
Yes.
Welcome to the Golden Gate. Total length 1 7/10 miles. Height of the tower 846 feet.
Oh.
With a vehicular capacity of 283,000 per 24-hour day. Total cost $35 million.
How do you know all that?
I used to work a bus. UPAC. Unified what? Postman?
Pharmaceuticals. The AC stands for,
Annual convention.
It shows, huh?
Pharmaceutics, what's that? Drugs and stuff like that?
Yes.
And you're a salesman.
20 years with the same firm.
20 years? You've been doing that all my life? What a drag. Mine? L.A.
Yes. How did you...
And I'll bet you've been married to the same woman all your life.
That's right. 22 years.
2 kids, a boy and a girl.
No, just one, a girl. She's a lot like you, actually. Karen.
You look austere. The architect and chief engineer was Joseph P. Stroud, a specialist in long-span bridges and a poet. There's something funky about a houseboat, don't you think?
Funky?
You know, real. Coming? Here. Well?
I don't think I'd better. I do have a noon meeting that I should...
No, it's up to you.
Tell me, what sort of knitting you call this?
Macrame. I do it.
And the pottery?
A friend. Oh, I'm Lita. And you?
Garver. Tom Garver.
Mr. Tom Garver. Do you, smell grass? Oh, I guess not. Well, there's a first time for everything, isn't there? Match?
Hmm.
We're tripping anyway, aren't we, Mr. Garver?
What is this? What are you doing?
Something you've always wanted to do, right? You just wouldn't do it on your own turf. With your wife and daughters somewhere around the corner.
Lita, please stop.
But you want to know what it's like, don't you? That's why you picked me up.
I didn't pick...
Now you tell me you're just not like all the rest. You tell your daughters to do one thing, and you do another. You know what would be funny? If right now your daughter was with some other old man. And I do mean old Mr. Tom Glover. You should see yourself with that trust me smile. And that raunchy little mind of yours. You're a hypocrite. Yes, you're a hypocrite. A hypocrite. Can you hear me? A hypocrite! A hypocrite!
Lita? Who did it?
Oh, my head. Ah.
Who was it this time?
I'm bleeding.
What was his name?
Huh? Oh, I don't know. Garver or something. Hey, Brett, would you get me a towel or something?
Carver. What was his first name?
I'm bleeding!
What was it?
Tom. Tom! Now, would you get me something for my head? Oh.
Tom Garver.
Please.
No. You got another tea besides Colong or Jet? No, Mike, come on. I just checked out.
So did someone in Marin County. We got a 904. They need assistance.
What'd you tell her?
I just told her that your wife and kids were getting tired waiting for the wonton.
Mike. Hey, Mike!
Lieutenant Sloan?
Mr. Wade?
Right.
Inspector Keller.
Hi.
What do we got?
Coroner's inside now. Witness says he thinks the suspect headed for Golden Gate, and that's your jurisdiction.
Who's the witness?
Name's Wilson, Brett Wilson. Lives here.
Is he the guy that found the body?
Yeah, pretty shook up by it, too. Living together quite a while. Anyway, could be a waltz. He says he saw the killer.
Well, maybe we better see him.
Doctor, Lieutenant Stone, Inspector Callard. San Francisco homicide.
How do you do? 2 blows. One at the back of the head, another by the right temple. I'll need an autopsy to establish precise cause of death.
This how the body was found?
Nothing's been moved.
Somebody had a little party. This the weapon?
Looks like.
Mr. Wilson, the sergeant said you were the one that found her?
That's right.
L-I-T-A?
Yeah, Lita Brewer.
How long did you know her?
A year, maybe. I met her in the city. Like she needed a roof, you know. She was a nice chick. We grooved together for a while. But, wow, man, like, I don't know. Like maybe I'm responsible.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
There's a lot of chicks in the city. I just didn't have all that much time to give to her. You know how it is. And I guess she needed somebody to just groove with her and nobody else. Maybe she went out and met some kind of a weirdo because I wasn't around.
You said you met her in the city. Is she from the Bay Area?
Idaho. Somewhere around, what is it, Pocatello?
This yours?
No, I never saw it before. Maybe it was his, huh? You know, the guy who, oh, man.
You said you saw him run to the car. What kind of car do you have?
A convertible. New, dark blue, maybe black.
Did you happen to see his license number?
No, but I got a good look at his face. Like he had a hard time getting his car started, you know? And, I got his name.
What's that?
I'm sorry, I forgot. It's all been such a nightmare. But, Lita told me right before she died.
Never mind all that. What's the name?
Garver. Tom Garver.
Telephone call for Mr. Russell Rankin. Mr. Russell Rankin, telephone.
Hey, Russ!
Yeah.
It's you. Telephone.
Hello? Yes, my name is Rankin. I understand you have a call from me.
Ross? Hi.
Hello, Emily?
I've been trying to reach you for about 2 hours.
I know, honey. I've been busy.
Listen, this is really a silly thing to bother you with, but, the washing machine's leaking again. The man said that it's going to cost $32 to fix it. Now, is that all right?
What?
Well, the washing machine, I know it's a lot, but...
Sweetheart, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
Well, listen, I knew it was a dumb reason to call, but...
No, I didn't dumb at all. I'm glad you called. Just thinking about you.
You were?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny. The jets make it just 45 minutes from home, but it seems so far.
Emily? I love you.
I think I better send you away from home more often.
Look, honey, I've got to run along the noon conference.
Take care of yourself, okay?
Yes, I will. You too, huh?
Bye-bye.
Bye.
As soon as they're all here, we'll start with McElwain's pep talk.
All right, Bud, very good.
Hello. I'm John Collins, Secretary of the Convention. I don't think that I've met you gentlemen.
We're looking for a Garver, a Tom Garver.
Oh, yes, certainly. That's Tom over there. Not hard to find him in this crowd with those clothes. Excuse me, are you with the convention?
No, we're with the city.
Oh, isn't that nice? Bud, very good, Bud.
Mr. Garver?
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Could I talk to you for a minute?
Oh, later, huh? No, I have never been to any houseboat in Sausalito. No, I have never known any girl named Lita.
Mr. Garver, we're as anxious as you are to get this cleared up.
You know, a witness told us that the victim identified you by name before she died.
What am I, the only Tom Garver in the world?
The only one registered at the townhouse.
So?
You said you were at the hotel all morning. Can you prove that?
Look, I don't see why I should have to be proving anything. I thought...
Who were you with?
I'd rather not say.
Any special reason why?
Yeah, it's nobody's business why. That's why.
Number one, you have the right to remain silent. Number two, anything you say...
Wait a minute. I was with our vice president in charge of sales, Mr. McElwaite. I was making a move on another guy's territory. What, you guys have been around? You know how it is.
It's going to have to be verified.
What, isn't there some other way?
That gentleman with the lieutenant. You sure?
Garver's older. At least 40.
This is your lucky day, Mr. Garver. I don't usually buy drinks for anyone.
What now, Lieutenant? Just keep looking. How tall did you say he was?
Well, like I said, I couldn't tell. He was in the car when I saw him.
About 40.
Over, maybe. Like most of these guys.
Can you describe his face?
How do you describe a man's face?
Well, you're an artist, aren't you?
Like I throw clay, man. Don't worry, if he's here, I'll know.
And was found not guilty by Superior Court Judge Harold Lawrence. Earlier today in Marin County, the body of young Lita Brewer was discovered aboard a houseboat in the Artist Colony Marina, known as the Floating City, near Sausalito. San Francisco homicide detectives are cooperating with Marin County authorities, who gave this report to newsman Cliff.
That's what we came up here to get away from, old buddy.
Terrible things going on in the world today. It's full of a lot of sick people, you know that?
Yeah. What do you think keeps us in business?
Well, I carry a revolver.
You're kidding.
Everywhere I go. It's in my suitcase right now.
Boom Boom Collins. You mean to say you can still buy those things?
Oh, sure you can, but you have to register them. Takes 3 days, they fingerprint you and everything.
Hey, Russ, you can't leave now. You're the host.
I just remembered I've got to check in a car. You guys go ahead.
I believe the actual count is 267 people in the convention. They're all from out of town, of course.
Could we have a list of all the names, please?
Certainly, Lieutenant. It'll take a moment.
We'll wait.
Excuse me, fellas, but I get a phone by the men's room, okay?
We'll be right here.
Great.
I picked this car up at the airport, but the starter's bad.
I hope you weren't inconvenienced. If you'll fill out a new form, please, I'll see what we have.
Hi there. Mr. Rankin. Russell L. Rankin.
I don't suppose you'd tell me why you need this list, Lieutenant.
No, confidential.
267 possibilities. Any one of them could have used Garber's name.
Or any one of the employees here. Or anyone sitting in the bar listening to a name.
Hey, man, like I just remembered, I've got something on for tonight with a chick. It's getting kind of late.
Mike?
Don't get lost. Okay.
Good. Well, I mean, you know, like if it's anything important, like I said, I do want to help.
No, we understand. Thank you.
Good.
He doesn't seem to be too broken up over his girl's death, does he?
Well, that was just one of his girls, remember? I mean, he didn't have that much time for her. Well, like, you know how it is, man.
No, tell me sometime.
No, well, right now we've got 267 names to run through R&I. And a lot more to learn about Lita Brewer and Brett Wilson. Come on.
Yes?
Mr. Rankin?
Who is it?
Telegram.
Well, just stick it under the door, please.
I am sorry, sir. I need your signature. Why'd you do it, Rankin? Was it because she laughed at you when you tried to kiss her? Huh? Or maybe when you made your move on her? And she let you make that move, didn't she?
It was an accident. I didn't mean for the...
Get up. Get up and be a man. You can't do it, can you?
Please, listen. You must understand...
First time you saw her, I'll bet you thought, maybe this time I can make it. Huh? What happened? What happened? I see. Yeah, I know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You must believe that.
Believe it? I believe it, man. Yeah, I believe it.
What are you going to do?
Nothing, man. I'm not going to do anything. You are.
What do you want?
Not much. Say, $1,000?
$1,000? I haven't got it.
You'll get it for me, won't you? And you bring it by the houseboat. Tomorrow.
But how can I raise that kind of money? I can't let anyone know.
That's the big problem with secrets, Mr. Rankin. Somebody always knows.
Oh, yeah. Atta-way, chickie baby. Atta-way. There we go. And you just keep them coming here. All right, now listen, after a little dinner, Maybe you can show me what this town's all about, huh?
Tom?
Russ! Like you to meet an old friend of the family. Sit down, sit down. Maybe she's got a sister.
Tom, I'm a little short. I thought maybe you could help me out.
Me? Well, what about your longtime buddies, Russ Spade?
Oh, I tried them. They can't swing it. Tom, this is very important to me.
Well, I'm sure it must be, Russ, but I'm not very big for favors. You see, my philosophy is...
I know what your philosophy is, Tom. That's why I thought maybe you could handle it. You've had your eye on my territory for a long time.
That's very observant, Russ.
Well, it could be that I'm willing to part with a piece of it.
For what?
$1,000.
$1,000? For what?
Well, let's say 10%.
Sorry.
It's worth 5 times as much. You know that.
Oh, yeah, I know that, Russ. But why should I pay for it? McElwain's going to give it to me someday soon anyway. And you know that.
Excuse me.
Oh, hi, Russ. Come on in. You know, I can't find any X297s. You wouldn't happen to have some, would you?
To tell you the truth, Johnny, I don't carry them. I just take orders.
That's funny. That's a good one. Why is it every time I'm away from home, my throat suffers something awful? Well, anyway, enough of that. What's on your mind?
In a word, I did come by to put the arm on you.
Financial bond? Well, they ought to have a pill for that, too, huh?
They certainly should, because what I need is $1,000.
Wow. To tell you the truth, I'm just about tapped myself. But listen, with your record last year, maybe the VP in charge of sales would help you out. Stick around. I'll just be 1 minute. Wait for me now.
Oh, listen, don't worry about it, John. It'll keep.
What was that?
I say it'll keep. Don't worry about it, Johnny.
Oh.
Well, the people you meet in hotel corridors. I'll say hello, Emily.
Hello, Emily.
Then you did know her.
Huh? Did I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know her. She was a cool chick.
The word I got was that she and her old man Brett were really tight. Guess I heard wrong, huh?
Look, she's dead, okay?
Thought you were a humanitarian, Robert. Aren't we all diminished by another person's death?
Okay. I said I knew Lita. Nobody knew Lita. Cool? Man, she was cold. Like dry ice. You know, touch and get burned. Now, if she was tight with this guy Wilson, it's one of the best kept secrets since the Pentagon Papers.
Maybe she's better off. I know that's a terrible thing to say, but life's not much without, well, about someone who can love you.
I guess it's rough being lonely.
If not being loved means being lonely. Oh, Lita had lots of, I don't know what you call them. Like walking shadows, maybe. Brief candles. Shakespeare, not mine.
What you're saying is that Brett and Lita were not in love.
I suppose there are other things besides sex. I think Brett finds release in the pottery he makes. I hope so.
Do you mean that...
I mean, we all have our problems. And his are just pretty rough when you look the way he does.
Like, don't judge a book.
Something like that.
Thank you. And if I want to get those photographs enlarged, I can call you at this number here. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I think I got the short end of the stick.
Where are you parked?
Up the block. Let's see.
Forget it.
Oh, come on, it can't be that serious. She's got her own dark room, too, I'll bet.
If I find out, I'll let you know. Give me that. What'd you get from R&I?
Well, all I can say is United Pharmaceutical has 267 men with A1 backgrounds.
What about Pocatello?
2 arrests, no convictions.
Let me guess, suspicion of possession.
That's not a guess, and you know it. She a hit?
Yeah, a little grass, maybe not much. She's not in any hard stuff. But the big thing that I learned about Lita Brewer is she's not the score we all thought she was. Oh, she turned on a lot of guys, all right. But she turned them off better.
You mean a tease?
Yeah. She'd meet a guy, pick him up, take him home, get him going, and then turn that poor guy right off. He'd get mad and smack her. And if you think that's weird, there's something else.
Keep rolling, buddy boy. Keep rolling. Brett Wilson.
Now, he said she couldn't get enough of him, right?
You mean Groovy Brett?
Right. Groovy Brett.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out he ain't as equipped as he looks.
You mean there's some doubt about that?
Yeah, according to the grapevine.
You mean that all this He-Man stuff, that's just a front for something?
He's impotent, Mike.
You're kidding.
I'm serious. I'm telling you, the guy is impotent.
Impotent?
Yeah. This isn't any medical opinion, but it came from where you always told me to find the truth.
Yeah, the streets, I know. And according to the coroner's report, she had 1 blow to the back of the head and 1 to the right temple.
Yeah.
Did you happen to notice which hand Wilson favors?
No.
Well, maybe we better find out.
You know, there's something else. Somebody still used Garber's name.
Maybe Wilson isn't too anxious for us to find him.
Maybe, or maybe he just doesn't want his problem publicized.
And we better have a little more than maybes.
So we got something else. That didn't seem too important before. We had that eyewitness report and that deathbed identification. We got the convertible.
The convertible, yeah. Dark-colored convertible. Say, if it was one of our 267 solid citizens behind the wheel, there's only one of 2 places.
You're right, the hotel or the airport.
You're driving.
Hmm? Are you angry with me?
Of course not.
What is it?
Oh, it's just that I have to go out for a little while, that's all.
No, that's not all. You think I can share your life for over 20 years, not know when something's wrong?
Well, there's nothing, there's nothing really wrong.
Is it the sales report? I mean, is it because your last quarter's sales were down? Well, honey, that wasn't your fault. I mean, did you tell them that? I mean, nobody could have worked any. I mean, you did everything that... Well, they're not going to take your territory away, are they?
I don't really know, Emily.
Did Tom Garver go to the vice president again? Did he go to see McElwaite?
Yeah, something like that, I think. I've got to go out now, Emily, but I will be back in an hour.
Well, listen, you tell him that, Mr. McElwaite. You tell him that Garver has been phoning your accounts. No, I'm serious. You're too good a man for that. You let him know what's going on, okay? Because you're a great husband, and you're a terrific father, and you're the world's best salesman. So you go and tell that to Mr. McElwaite. Ross.
That is no concern of yours.
That's no concern of mine. Oh, my God, tell me what's going on.
Honey, listen to me. Honey, it's all right. Come over here a minute. Just for a minute. Come here, please. Now, listen to me. How many times have you and I seen those kids hitchhiking on Sunset Boulevard? Youngsters, Karen's age. Well, I stopped and gave one of them a lift the other day. She lives on the other side of the bridge in a houseboat, and she asked me to drop her off.
We got this information from your airport office. They told us that a Mr. Russell Rankin checked out a car there and then turned it in here yesterday.
Yes, sir. He was having some trouble with it. We gave him another one.
Was the trouble with the starter?
Yes, sir. It was the starter.
Thank you.
Someone saw me. There was a man who knew I was there. And he came here to the room. He wanted money not to tell the police. So that's why I got the pistol, to frighten him. Just to frighten him.
No, listen. We'll go to the police because it wasn't murder. It was an accident.
But you see, Emily, I can't prove that. She's dead.
Ross? Oh.
I'd like to see Mr. Rankin, please.
Oh, come in. I was just trying to call somebody. I didn't know who, but... There was this man who saw it. And he came to Russell, and he asked him for money.
He came where, ma'am?
Here, at the hotel.
Well, where's your husband now?
I don't know. He said something about a houseboat, but I don't know. And you've got to find him because, I mean, he's not that way. I mean, he's not like that at all.
He's not like what?
He's got a gun.
Stay here.
But please don't hurt him. I mean, what happened before was an accident. I mean, he told me that. He's not a killer.
Go ahead and shoot. Maybe you'd be doing me a favor.
Why didn't you go to the police?
What would it buy?
$1,000. Is that the price you put on love?
Love. I'll tell you about her kind of love. She took everything I had, man. Everything that I could possibly give her. And then she brought them up here. To home, the home that I gave her. And she did it again. And again. And again. And she made sure that I knew about it.
Mr. Rankin? I just left your wife, Mr. Rankin. She told us what happened.
That's him. Now, that's the guy that I saw, the one that said he was Garver?
Mr. Rankin. Mr. Rankin, we know it was an accident. Say, you don't handle guns very much, do you? That one you've got there is a borrowed gun, isn't it? What kind is that one, Mr. Rankin? Is it a... Yeah, it looks like a .32 caliber. It's a neat little weapon. But you know, if you want to show it to someone, that's not the way to do it, you see. It could go off.
He tried to kill me.
That's not what I saw. Did you, Steve? Well, we'll hold them both for Wade. It's his jurisdiction.
Man. Now, it's him. I saw him do it.
How many times you see him at the hotel? All right, turn around. Put your hands on that table. Spread your feet apart.
Hey! Wilson! Steve! Get around on the dock! Wilson! Don't make us drag the bottom later.
Buddy boy.
USPPD. I wonder what that one means.
I don't think I want to find out. What, we got something here?
Well, I figure if you can say a wife with kids in Chinese, you can say single with Sunday night off in English.
Who gave you Sunday night off?
Come on, Confucius. Come on.
The Streets of San Francisco, a Quinn Martin production, starring Carl Malden. Also starring Richard Hatch. With guest stars Desi Arnaz Jr., Jess Walton, Conrad Janis, Lazaro Perez, Betsy Slade. Tonight's episode, In Case of Madness.
There's a celebration, and it's taking place in me. Hear my declarations. I challenge destiny. Gentle inspirations. I want no part of you. Give me revelations. Let me know what I must do. Let me know what I must do to find the heart that beats the drum inside of me, to be a part of what I feel and yet can't see.
Honey, I
Mr.
have
Breen,
no time tonight.
please,
no
I
time.
promise.
Very busy.
I won't be any trouble. I promise.
Honey,
I
you parked
swear
my
on my
hydrant.
mother.
You're going to get a ticket.
I just want to
haven't
talk
got any
to him.
time.
That's
I haven't
all.
got any time.
I just want to talk to him. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to disrupt anything. I just want to talk to him.
She's been there all night.
And in Denver and Los Angeles and Chicago. Charlie, I tell you, kids like that are murdered. They're murdered.
Cut it out! I said cut it, and I mean now!
Thank you, BJ. Thank you, old buddy.
What's the matter?
You have to be the most infantile, the stupidest, the most...
What?
And what's the matter with the rest of you guys? You have to go along with
You
everything he
roused up
does.
my tape.
Your tape. Your tape. This is my studio, my money. What do you mean, your tape? Then you stay out of this. You're fired. You understand that? You're fired. Hey, Dave. Now, just stay out of this.
The
Just
number
keep your mouth
works.
shut. I'll tell you what works. And it's not a lot of junk like that. It's what I tell you to write and sing and Vince to arrange and the rest of them to play. Now, you're not the Rainmakers. I'm the Rainmakers. Me. You want to do some hallelujah singing, you go back to that two-bit church I got you from.
BJ, no! 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 BJ, no! No! BJ!
Okay. Very clever, BJ. But it's not gonna work. You think by acting crazy, I'm gonna break the contract and let you sign with Earl North. Well, forget about it, baby, because for the next 3 years, you are my property. Do you understand what I'm saying? Can you read my lips? My property. All of you. Now, go on, get out of here. Go on, pack up and get out of here.
Can I talk to you for a
Hi,
second?
where's BJ?
Well, listen, come down
Where
here.
is he?
I'd like to talk to you for a second. BJ's upstairs putting water on his face. He doesn't feel too good. But listen, baby, BJ don't even know you're alive. But I do. And if you come out to the house...
No, I'm sorry. I gotta hang around here. I gotta talk to BJ.
Well, okay. I'm a reasonable fella. How about tomorrow? Get the keys. Get
Maybe.
the keys yourself. All right. Maybe. Keys to the dinosaur, please. Another way.
There, you go on without
See
me.
you tomorrow night.
I'm gonna walk it off.
Get the keys? Let's go.
Let's get this show on the road.
Let's go.
Let me know what I must do.
Now, you turned the body over and the timing clock stopped, right?
I had to see if he was alive or dead, didn't I?
Take it easy, Moran. We're just trying to get a fix on when he was killed.
Let's see. You found Breen at 7:25. That's 6:22 on the clock. Now, if he fell and hit that timing switch and started the clock, that makes his death at 1:03. Who else was in the building then?
Everybody signed out, except B.J.
B.J.?
B.J. Palmer. He's like the star, you know.
Anybody else?
Well, Mr. Breen, of course.
B.J. could have left without signing your book, couldn't he?
No way. I never left the front door.
You saying this building has no other side exits?
Well, sure it has. Side door.
Well, then he could have left without you knowing it, right?
All right. Did you find that address for me?
Oh, yes, sir. I copied it down. Townhouse up on the market.
Townhouse. Thanks a lot. Something bothering you?
I know him from somewhere, but I can't place it. We gotta go talk to B.J. Palmer now?
No, let's swing over to the lab first. I want to find out if that microphone was the murder weapon and whose prints are on it.
Guitar and clothes are still here.
You don't know when he's coming back.
Mr. Palmer, you never tell about him. He comes and goes all hours.
All right, I want to leave a message for him. Make sure that he gets it. Make sure.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Morley, what's wrong with me?
B.J., I can't give you a simple answer to that.
Why not? After all the tests you've taken, you should know by now.
Well, we can't rule out the possibility of a brain tumor. However, I still need information about your family. You said your parents are both dead. Did you ever find your father's death certificate?
Not yet. It wasn't in my mom's stuff. I asked somebody to check the records downtown.
How did his father die?
What has that got to do with me?
BG, I have to investigate the possibility of genetic deficiency.
Insanity?
A layman's word.
That's the only kind of word I understand. Well, if you find out that something's been passed on from my father, then you know how to cure it, right?
I never said that. Hereditary degeneration is too complex an area to play guessing games.
So you're saying that if it is hereditary, there is no cure?
Why don't we wait for the final test results? And meanwhile, you find out what you can about the cause of your father's death.
Yeah. Sure, I'll do that.
Want me to go down and stake him out?
No. Yes, come in.
Hello, I'm Lois Flynn. Did you want to see me?
Oh, yes, we did. Thank you for coming. Sit down.
Oh, thank you.
You remember of that group?
The Rainmakers.
The Rainmakers.
What do you do with the group? You play?
No, I do everything but play. I keep their books for them and check on their gigs, their concerts. Make sure they have the right plane tickets to the right cities. It's the combination road manager den mother.
Well, den mother, where's B.J. Palmer?
I don't know. I checked at his hotel. I couldn't reach him there.
We've been checking all morning and couldn't reach him.
I'm sorry. I'll keep trying.
You and the others live in a house over on Burley?
The zoo, you mean? No, it's a big empty mansion. The kids pool their money to buy it. It's a front for when and if they make it big.
BJ is married, has one child.
Yes, Ricky. And he and Donna are separated.
But he doesn't live with the rest of you?
No. By mutual consent. BJ's a loner. Most of the guys who are lead singers for rock groups are. Well, compared to that whacked-out group, I guess you would say he was square.
That's not a put-down?
Not in my books.
How about the other members of the group? Did they get my message?
Well, musicians being what they are, they didn't want to get sidetracked. They're right in the middle of a rehearsal.
Well, we're right in the middle of a murder investigation. I tell you what, why don't you come along with us? Come on, Dan.
Thank you.
System.
Hey, listen.
What is this?
Hey! Listen. This is Lieutenant Stone, Inspector Robbins, Little Joe, Vince, Jimmy Gare.
That's how you do. You were all supposed to come down to headquarters today. You didn't show. So I decided to come to you.
Hey, welcome back. What took you so long?
Hey, Cheryl, say hello to the cops. Cops, say hello to Cheryl. Come on, honey, show him your tricks, huh? Sit up. Beg. Roll over.
Knock it off. Now, this is not a joke. This is a murder investigation.
You think it's not a joke when a man questions us? I play guitar, man. Killing people's not my kind of number.
Whose number was it?
Well, then...
You know, Little Joe, you got a big mouth.
Go on. Keep talking.
Oh, it was just that Dave wanted us to stick to hard rock. But BJ, he wanted to do things with a little soul, you know, man?
Yeah, and BJ's right, too. I mean, I could have smashed Breen the other night myself.
BJ had a fight?
No, it was a professional disagreement. Well, you don't kill somebody over a few songs.
Oh, wait a minute. You guys think one of us did it?
Oh, we think somebody was waiting for him in that building. The security guard said nobody showed up after 11 o'clock.
You can't be serious.
Was a security guard present when each of you signed out?
Yeah. Did any one of you go back to the studio?
We were here, man.
Anybody see Palmer leave?
How about it, kid? Come on. Hey, come on, come on. He wants to know when BJ left. You see him?
Oh, well, I waited around for a little while, and then I figured he must have slipped past me, so I went home.
Okay. So we're all in the clear.
What's your name?
Gare. Gare Jordan.
Well, Mr. Jordan, do you have any idea when Mr. Breen was killed?
No. No, sir.
So what makes you think that anybody's in the clear right now?
BJ. I'm sorry it took so long. The police were over. You know they want to see you.
Yeah, I got their message. Did you find out about my father? What did it say on the death certificate?
There was no death certificate. Your father's still alive.
I understand. My mother said that he died. She told me that. Why would she,
I know. I know why she told you that. He's very, very ill.
You've seen it. Where is he?
He's here in the city. It's not very far.
Take me there.
Doctor says he hasn't known anyone in over 20 years.
Palmer didn't show up here at noon. No one's seen him at that nut house of theirs, and now you're telling me he's not in his hotel room. Well, I'm going to tell you he skipped.
Mike, if he skipped, would he leave his clothes, his guitar, everything?
He might. You find out what kind of a car he's driving and then put out an APB.
BJ, I didn't hear you come in.
Sorry I have frightened you. I use my key out of habit. I guess I should ring first. How is he?
He's happy and healthy, like always. Listen, Rick will be home in a minute. Maybe you better leave. Please go. It'll just mix him up. Every time you come here, he thinks you're going to stay.
I wish I could.
You made your choice.
I know. I know how much you hated traveling. You were right about Rick. It's better for him to have one home, one school. I had to get started no matter what. Honey, things are really beginning. Things are beginning to pay off now. There's this guy, Earl North. He's been after me to sign. And he says if we do an album, it's going to make more money than you ever heard of. It's enough to take care of you and Rick for the rest of your lives.
PJ, you still don't understand. I don't care about the money.
Well, I just wanted you to know. No matter what happened.
BJ. BJ?
I'm all right. I just gotta go.
BJ?
Here.
Forward plans a lot?
Yeah. Whenever I get a chance. Still looking for BJ?
Yeah. Have you seen him?
No, and I don't want to see him either. He's crazy. Hey, fellows, this ain't grass, right?
I know it's not, yeah. What do you mean crazy?
Well, crazy, like, you know, I was just over at the Breen house, and he calls up to offer condolences. So I pick up the phone, and he starts crying. And I say, what's wrong? Well, he slams the phone right in my ear. I mean, he's really out of control, you know?
Like the argument he had with Mr. Breen?
Right, right. It's like, you know, it's like you push a button and he goes whang. I mean, he smashes Jimmy's guitar with some silly goof up, slam his fist right through a screen at the studio, and then he doesn't remember what he's done. I mean, he's crazy. Ask Lois.
We will. Thanks.
By the way, you're making a mistake. It's a shade azalea. You've got it in the sun.
Well, thanks, huh?
That's right. Yes. Fine. I'll tell him thanks. Bye-bye.
Was that BJ on the phone?
No, it was the union. I was filling them in on the funeral. I know it's old-fashioned, but I've insisted that we all go to the funeral parlor.
Miss Flynn, there's a APB out for BJ. It'd be easier if you told us where he is.
I don't know where he is. All right, I've talked to him a couple of times on the phone. He's having some problems.
What kind of problems?
Was he into drugs or something?
No.
Gambling?
No.
Then what?
Money problems. Medical bills from all over the country.
Morley, Dr. Kevin Morley.
Yes, I saw BJ this morning.
Doctor, we know that your specialty is neurosurgery. And we know that Palmer had blackouts, violent outbursts. Is he having a mental breakdown?
Is BJ under arrest?
No.
Well, then I have an obligation to my patient of confidentiality.
Doctor, is BJ capable of killing?
No one can answer that question.
Maybe he's answered that question for us.
Vince! You lied. You didn't leave the building when you told the police you did.
Listen, sweetheart. Let me talk to you for a second. You see, I know what you're trying to do. I also know that you would like to pin this murder on anybody. But lay off me. You got that?
Come on!
Hey, hands washed, nails scrubbed, shoes clean. Do I pass, Warden?
Very funny. In the van.
Wait a minute, you guys. Hold it there. Listen. We just got a phone call from Mr. North's office, and he wants all of us to know that he just signed BJ for a big, fat contract, and he set up a recording session for tonight. So let's get back in there and rehearse. Come on.
Hey, wait a minute. In the van. Come on. Keep going. Come on. I'll get back to him later. Come on, Vince. Put your coat on. Go on to your car.
Lois.
Oh, Cheryl, honey, later. We're late, okay?
Now they're going to be sure BJ killed Mr. Breen, just so he could sign with Mr. North, aren't they?
Cheryl, that's ridiculous.
I know who was in the building and when. Vince lied about when he left.
Listen, Cheryl, we don't want to get Vince in trouble for nothing. Now, don't do anything till I talk to you later, okay?
I won't call the police. I'm gonna find BJ and tell him.
Taxi!
Are you the garage attendant?
Yeah.
You didn't see anyone?
No, sir. I heard screaming and I came running. The car was just like this, and she was there. It's awful. I still feel a little sick.
You know whose car this is?
Belongs to Carmela. She's a switchboard operator.
Does she always leave her key in the car?
Yeah, we ask all the staff to leave their key in the car. That way we can jockey the cars around if we want to.
How many other people know the keys are left behind?
Well, I guess all the regular, well, excuse me, I don't feel too good.
Regular who?
All the permanent guests and all their regular visitors. They would know. Is it okay if I...
Mike, it's Tanner. He spotted BJ down at the funeral home.
Tell him we're on our way. Thanks a lot.
We're on our way. Between 5 and 6.
Cheryl was killed? Are you sure it wasn't an accident?
We're sure.
Why would anyone want to kill that poor kid?
That's the second question. Would you mind answering the first one?
Where was I between 5 and 6?
That's right.
You mean I'm a suspect?
Just answer the question.
Well, between 5 and 6, I was at my doctor's.
Dr. Morley.
Yeah. Well, you can verify it. His number is...
We have the number. I'll check it.
Come here. Where were you all day?
Just around. Had a lot of things to do because of what happened to Dave.
Things more important than answering our call? We left messages all over town.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Yesterday, you were the only one who left that recording building without signing out. Why?
I don't know. I guess I just forgot.
How could you leave that building without seeing the security guard?
I don't know.
What time did you leave?
I don't know.
You don't know, you don't remember. Or is it that you just don't want to tell us?
No, look, I just don't remember. It was a rough night. I wasn't feeling very well.
It must have been a rough night.
It was the doctor's. Wanted some pills.
Yeah, I have a heavy recording day tonight, and I wanted something to help keep me going. All right? Are you finished with
All
that?
right, yes, we're finished. Go ahead.
Granted, he's off the hook for the murder of the girl, but he still could have killed Breen.
Yeah. We never had a better suspect unless to book him on. Come on, Dan. Palmer's off the hook for one murder. So what does that mean? That we're looking for two unrelated killings? I don't think so. I think they're related, and we'd better find a connection. Listen, Tanner, didn't you tell me that in all this group, Palmer was the last one who came in here?
Right. First the hyped up van with the 3 guys, then the Flynn girl in the cab, then the one that drives the 2-seater.
Vince Perez.
Yeah, then Palmer.
Okay. I want you to check out all the routes they took. What streets, how much time it took them to get here, everything, the works. The point is that all of them, every one of them, could have stopped by at BJ's hotel on the way.
They killed a girl.
That's right. Tomorrow, you and I are going to talk to that, what's his name, the security guard.
Moran.
Moran.
Yeah, but what can he tell us?
I don't know. And we're going to start at the beginning, and we're going to dig until we find out.
Lois?
Oh, hey, fellas, hold on a second. I want you to meet Mr. North.
Fellas, how are you?
Mr. North, I think it might be a good idea if you told us where we stand.
Now, you had a contract with Mr. Breen to make an album. I bought that contract from his estate. We record tonight.
But which album? I mean, the one we've been working on, or the one BJ wants us to cut?
My album.
Hey, BJ, where are the charts?
No charts.
Oh, we'll be here all night. I mean, what are we gonna play?
Well, so we'll be here all night. We'll work on the melody line, and then we'll go for it live.
Dynamite!
Okay.
Don't like women who say no. Don't like women who say. Don't like women who say no. Don't like women who say. I can't understand a woman that don't want a man. No, I don't like women who say no. Don't like women who are on show. Like women. Open up your heart to the music playing there. If you learn your part, you will hear it everywhere. Listen with your heart to the music calling you. Listen till it starts, and that's all you'll have to do. You can be the light of the world. You can be the light of the world. Wounded lovers can never discover what went wrong until it's too late, and when they wake up, the feeling's gone. Yes, it is. And just like you and me, we believe that there could never be a time like this. Ah, but where those good times, the automatic sunshine, lovers bliss. Man, don't you remember the laughter? When Samson left Delilah, she said your funeral pyre would light my heart. Yeah, but she knew that she was wrong, for she was never really strong right from the start. No. And so it's my opinion, inside of love's dominion, no one knows. No, they don't. Just where it's gonna come from, and what it's gonna do, or where it goes. It's in our hearts to find that place of love that's divine. It's not too late. Let the plan unwind. It's not too.
Are you all right?
We've been here all night. I'm tired, I guess. Let's take it back.
You all right, BJ?
I just forgot the damn words. Look, we'll save it, okay? We'll take it back from the bridge. Save the first part. Okay. Here we go, count off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Moran was fired for boozing last night. The booze. That's right. Last year, I entered a 211 down at the wharf. Moran was working as a guard at a junk shop. He got sloshed and let a heist be pulled right under his nose. I remember answering the call.
Come on. Say, Moran, listen. Were you boozing the night Mr. Breen was killed? Were you drunk?
They didn't have no right to can me. I guess it don't matter now.
It does matter now. Because if you were drunk, you couldn't have known who signed out when.
I knew. I signed out those 3 creeps that lowers my stuff. I swear I did.
Wait a minute. What about Vince Perez? Did you sign him out?
Look, I wasn't feeling so good, you know.
You left the book to get a drink, right? It was before Perez signed out.
I guess so.
Don't guess.
What the hell's a big deal? I wasn't gone more than 20 minutes. Half hour, maybe.
20 minutes or a half hour. That means Perez could have been in that building as late as 1:15. Come on. Breen was killed at 1:03.
And in time, if we tried, we could take the world so high, so high. It's the loving, not the hating, and only time will tell. So if love knows, it will show.
That's it.
Mr. B.J.
You guys hear that sound? Was that us? I mean, was that us?
I guess so, man. That was Mr. B.J. Palmer.
That is, bar none, the finest album I have ever made. Hey, we gotta celebrate.
All right.
Okay. Little chill. Yeah.
Solid, man.
Hey, incredible.
Thanks.
Incredible.
Thanks. Jimmy?
Crazy. That's cool.
I couldn't have done it without you. You know that.
Run that by me again.
The security guard wasn't in the lobby when you signed out. Why did you lie?
Look, we all know that Charlie hit the suds, huh? But he did his job. Now, why get the guy fired?
But no one can vouch for when you left, right?
It had to be before 1. I headed for the Haymarket, I sat in, and I played, and then I left.
Wait a minute. Answer something else for me, will you? Yesterday, did you go directly from your house to the funeral parlor?
No, on the way over there, I stopped to see a girl that I know.
Then she can vouch for it.
No. She wasn't home. Look, that don't make me a murderer.
No, that doesn't make you a murderer. Murderer needs a good motive. Like the contract North tells me you signed with him this morning. Gives you a group of your own, doesn't it?
Donna. It's done. The album's done. Finished. I just want you to know it's yours and Rick's. Everything's finished. You'll never have it.
BJ? BJ?
I saw blood. Dave, my clothes. Dave, I killed him. Must have. Dave, I killed him.
You can go in now, Mrs. Palmer.
He's okay, isn't he?
Yes, he's off the hook. BJ confessed. Any word on Vince's story?
Yeah, his alibi checks. Four guys in the band at the Haymarket confirmed Vince got there a couple of minutes before 1. Said he played for about an hour.
Well, how could they know what time he got there?
Take a break at 5 to 1. That's when he walked in.
All right. So Vince is off the hook for the murder of Breen.
So now we concentrate on Cheryl.
Yeah, if you believe Palmer's confession.
You don't?
2 murders in the same group by 2 separate people? Never.
Yeah, but BJ said he killed Breen.
He thinks. He thinks. He's not sure. He thinks he's killed. You.
What?
It was something you said.
What are you talking about?
Remember the first time we went to see the Rainmakers?
Yeah?
And we were concentrating on when they left the recording studio? And then you said, did any of you return to that building later?
Yeah, but they all said no.
Let's take it one more step. Suppose somebody did go back into that building. Cheryl could have seen who that somebody was.
That's why she was killed. Both murders by the same person.
Yeah, that's the theory. Now, the problem is...
Who is that somebody?
Hey, Mike?
Yes?
Got something. This is a breakdown on when people got to the funeral home and how they got there. How's that grab you?
It certainly does grab me. You have the phone number on that house?
Let me know what I must do. Let me know what I must do.
Hello?
Miss Flynn, Lieutenant Stone. I'd like you to come down to Franklin Hospital immediately.
What?
Mr. Palmer tried to kill himself.
No.
He got there just in time, and, well, he's going to need an awful lot of help, a lawyer.
But a lawyer at the hospital?
Well, his suicide attempt could amount to a confession. You'd better hurry.
I'll call a lawyer right away. It is all right to talk to her.
Sure it is.
No, I mean before his lawyer gets here.
Well, you might even be helping us. You go ahead. I'll wait here for the lawyer.
All right. Do I have to watch you every minute?
You're the mommy, aren't you? Sure. Lois. I blew it.
No. No, you're gonna be fine, BJ. You're gonna be just fine.
Dave.
Dave was wrong. You were right.
I killed him.
No, BJ. No, you didn't kill him.
I saw him. I saw him lying.
Shh. Do what you've always done. Leave this to Mommy. Lieutenant, you can't believe him.
Well, he says he did it.
Well, he shouldn't be saying anything until he talks to his lawyer. Now, I'm going to go and
Oh,
check.
Miss Flynn, give us a minute to confirm some details, will you please?
All right.
day.
Miss Flynn, you were the last one to arrive at the funeral home, isn't that correct?
No, I think Vince arrived there after I did.
That's right, that's right. Here it is. You came by cab.
Yes?
Cab from BJ's hotel.
Yes?
In fact, the record shows you took a cab from your house to BJ's hotel, arriving there at approximately 5:40. And you took another cab from the hotel at approximately 5 to 6, arriving at the funeral home 10 minutes later.
Yeah, I thought I could stop by BJ's hotel and pick him up and we could go to the funeral parlor together.
Then I'm sure someone at the hotel lobby would remember seeing you. Maybe if we go to the hotel together...
No.
Miss Flynn, you have a right to remain silent.
I don't have any rights.
You have a right to counsel.
I don't have anything left. I just can't let BJ go on thinking that he did it.
Why?
Because I love him. He never knew. I couldn't tell him because of Donna. But I could be near him. And that was enough. And then Dave was going to take that away from me, too. After 4 years, he was going to fire me. BJ was my whole life. I couldn't live without him. So I went to the studio and I did what I had to do.
Was BJ there?
No, he must have come in a few minutes later. I don't know, I panicked.
Miss Flynn, wait for your lawyer.
You know what worries me the most? What are the audiences going to think when I start making appearances? I mean, did you ever see a bald-headed rock star?
Maybe we can start a new trend. Melonhead and the Rainmaker.
Listen, anybody who's had a tumor removed and ends up as healthy as you are, my friend, you've got nothing to worry about. Oh, the doctor said just a few minutes, so come on, let's go.
Oh, look, before you go, I got something for you.
Oh, yes. Only 4 weeks on the charts, and it's 16 with the bullet.
What's that?
Don't mind him. A bullet. That's a mark that says a record's hot.
Oh.
Yeah, it's still headed up. By the time I get out of the hospital, maybe it'll be on the top of the charts.
Listen, you get yourself well and out of here. That's the important thing.
I will. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. A bullet, huh? You know, I think this is more your speed. I'm more for the classics.
The classics?
Yeah, classics. Come on.